I am led to believe you didn't grow up a proper football fan. You weren't that interested in football.
Yeah, when I was in primary school, I was about around age of 5 or 6. I know you're not really going to be all about football at that age, but from that age, I wasn't really a football fan. I was just more of a Lego player and just playing with cars and stuff. I am into cars, to be fair. I think that was what I was into. And then one day, my best friend was like the best footballer in the school. Like everyone idolised him. He was the best. And then his dad come up to my dad and just said, "Oh, like Jack's got a game this weekend, but they're not letting us play if we don't have the right amount of players. Will Brandon be able to just come and sit on the bench just for that game?" So he was like, yeah, no worries, all right. So I went and got my first shin pads, got my first football boots from Sports Direct, the big shin pads, everything. And then just went down there, and the team was losing. And then the manager said, "Oh, let's just throw him on. Just throw him on, let him have some fun." So I went on, and it turned out that I was all right at football, to be fair. I ended up coming on, changing the game, scored a hat-trick, won the game. But I think that's because at that age I always had speed. So at that age it was easy. It stood out for me. So from then on, I just kept playing football and fell in love with the game.
How long did it take from that moment of scoring a hat-trick in your very first kickabout, I guess, to becoming someone who would become so driven, I guess, about the game that it would become your livelihood?
I think it's just the sport in general. Like, you just fall in love with the game, and it's just something that's on everyone's mind and everyone's hobbies. And as soon from that game, I just knew, like, I really like this and I'm going to keep on doing it. But from that game, I'd never expected to be where I am today.
So back to when you were 7 and 8 and joining United, that must have been an exceptionally exciting time, because so if I think back to a sort of defining moment for United in my childhood, it's winning the treble. And it's one of the first things I can really remember clearly happening in a football match is us and those final few minutes and my mum doing the ironing and it just happening. Now, for you, would that be Moscow and the Champions League final in 2008?
Yeah, that is the memory when I think about football years ago. That's the first memory I get. I was at home and my mum and dad went to the pub to watch it with her friends, and my nana was babysitting me because my nana just lives 2 doors down, so my nana was round with me, and it was a late kickoff, and the game obviously went to penalties, as we know, and it was getting later and later, and my nana's begging me to go to bed. She didn't really understand what type of game it was. Yeah. I don't think she really understood. And I was like, "No, Nana, I've got to watch this. It's just penalties. There'll only be 5 penalties." Ended up being loads, and then that was the first memory. And I just remember screaming by myself in the as a young kid in the living room, and my nana not having a clue what's going on.
I love the idea of you telling her, they only take 5 penalties each, and then of course it went to 6 or 7.
Yeah, I know. She kept on saying, "No, it's never going to end. It's never going to end. You're going to go to bed now. I'm going to switch the TV off." I was like, "No."
What was it like the next time you returned and you're at training after that season's finished, and you see those players, the likes of Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo and Ryan Giggs, walking around at the Aon training complex? Was that exciting? Was that intimidating?
Yeah, at that age, he wasn't really he was at the Cliff more, but when you got the opportunity to come here, it was like playing in the Champions League final at that age. You come into where the likes of the players that you just mentioned are playing, and then sometimes you might come across them and you want a photo with them, and seeing players like that, it was just they're your idols at that time, and at that time they was the biggest players in the world, so you're looking at them and you're wanting to play with them, you want to train to them, so it pushes you even more.
When you're seeing those players, you think, that's where I want to be. But I suppose you said some of the best players you played with didn't make it. Was it ever scary when you noticed someone who you'd thought for maybe a few years, "Oh, they've got it, they're going to make it, and all of a sudden they're gone"? Does it ever make you worry about your own position?
I wouldn't say worry, but definitely you've got to. That's the whole point about being at Man United. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not working hard, if you're not doing the things off the pitch properly, then you're gonna get found out, and people are just gonna start. You might be up here, you're down here, but because you're doing the right things off, you'll catch up there and you'll overtake them, and that's what happened down the years. And people just think they've got all the talent in the world, so they don't have to do much more, and then that's when they get found out and get caught by the players who are putting in the work and working on things that they need to do, staying out on the training pitch, eating the right foods, got the right people around them, and that's what happens.
So after your first training session with the first team, I guess the next big thing that comes next is your first appearance for the club. What was that like, and did you expect to play?
No, the leading up to the game against Rochdale, I trained with the team 2 days before and day before the game, and then the squad came out and my name was there, and I was shocked. I was double checking it, and then I rang my dad, told my mum, told everyone, and then we went to then we met up on the day of the game and went to the game. I was on the bench, and then about 10 minutes before the half-time whistle went, I started warming up because I was getting a bit cold, to be fair. It was a cold September evening, so I started to warm up, and then I've come in to just because there's like 5 minutes to go before the whistle went, so I've just gone sat down to watch the rest of the half, and then I'm about to sit down, and I think it was Phil Jones who started to get injured, and he told the bench, and they said, no, you're coming on at half time, go get back warmed up, stay out. So I've gone to warm up again, and then everyone always asked me if I was nervous, but it was more excitement. And then I don't know if anyone actually knows this, but then the team went in at half time. I've gone out with Charlie, the fitness coach, to warm up on the pitch by myself to get ready to come on. And as I've come on, he's telling me to do a lap across the pitch. I've gone across the pitch, and the first sprinkler, they put the sprinklers on. So the sprinklers absolutely drenched me in water. My friend's actually got a funny video of it because he was videoing me, and he actually caught it on camera, and it's drenched my shorts. The crowd have gone way, and I've gone, no. This can't happen to me.
Yeah.
And then everyone came back out, and then I just heard my name to come on, and it was just a really proud moment for me and my family, and something that we worked on my whole life.
That's an awesome story. Did you feel that moment like when you first got a touch on the ball, or from that moment was it just another game of football?
Yeah, everything just was. Everyone made it easy for me, to be fair, at half time and before the game, and just making sure to saying if I ever get on, like, don't worry about it. Like, people was talking to me and making me feel comfortable. So when I got on the pitch, it felt like I've played 100 games already, and I was really comfortable, and I just wanted to go out and show the manager what I was capable of. And obviously the game was 0-0 as well, so we had something on the line to get through to the next round.
And then your Premier League debut came against Liverpool. That's not an easy one for the first game, is it?
Yeah, I know. I always trick my friends, to be fair. They always say it's Brighton. Like, if you're my friend, then who did I make my debut against in the Premier League? And everyone says Brighton and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people don't know that it was Liverpool. Yeah, I came on for the last 2 or 3 minutes in a big game, 1-1, and I remember them getting a corner, and I was like, if this goes in, I don't think I'm ever playing football again. So that was a really exciting game, especially to make my debut against a very big rival of ours. And I don't think I touched the ball, to be fair, but it was still amazing being on the pitch and working hard for the team. Yeah,
absolutely. Speaking of working hard, I think it's been obvious from the outside that fans, I think, have loved it when you've played, because you're so, I'm trying to think of the right word. You're so determined, and you're no nonsense. And like when I said, did you clatter anyone in your first training session? You said straight away, yeah, of course I did. That kind of attitude. I mean, people on the terraces love it. Do you feel that connection with the fans already?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just the person inside me, and it's just who I've been since a young boy, and it's where I'm from, and that's just how I grew up, and I'm just willing to put everything in for the team to get the results. And as soon as I don't do that, I'm not the player that I actually am. So if I don't do that, then I'm not going to be playing games. So it's important to have that inside you, and it's been drilled into me since I first walked into the club about the Man United DNA. So I just know what it's all about.
Perfect. And your first goal came pretty quickly. It's one I'll never forget because I watched it in a bar in Moscow with David May, and we went absolutely mental. How were you feeling?
To be honest, at that moment, it didn't really sink in for about a few days and a week or something. Like, I've actually just scored in the Premier League. Like that shouldn't really happen to me. So at that moment, I was just like, in the game, I didn't really think about it. It's just because of the result of the game at the time. We was 2-0 down and we wasn't really in the game, and then that just came out of nothing. So. And then I just wanted to get back and just get playing, and then it was just unlucky that we couldn't survive the last 3 minutes of getting the result of 3-2 as we brought it back.
Yeah, but I mean, not just, I guess, great to score, but it was a goal that was one of the club's contenders for goal of the season.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, to be fair. It was a sweet hit. I was proud of myself, but yeah, it did come out of nowhere. But I've got it in my locker.